Okay, so now that we talked about the editing side of things, I want to talk about writing for a second. Because you've done the directing thing and the editing thing, how much time do you pencil in for writing? And when it came to writing a story such as this one, because it's so mammoth in size, how did you plan that out? Did you storyboard? What did you do?
So it was a little bit of an interesting thing because, I mean, documentary is just a little different than a narrative, right? Where
Yeah.
it's like you're not writing a script necessarily. But I did want to be as prepared as possible. I did as much as I could, like planning out. I ended up, with like a 10-page outline of what I thought it was going to be. Now, it didn't end up totally adhering to that nearly at all because, I mean, that's at the beginning of the process. Even though I had known Ben, kind of on the periphery for as long as I could remember, we grew up in the same town.
Yeah.
I didn't, admittedly, and I knew I didn't really know his story. I didn't know. I knew maybe some broad strokes. I knew a few things that I thought maybe this is where it's going to go, and some of that I was right about, and some of it I wasn't. And so then, so I did try to prepare as much as I could and learn as much as I could about him. I went to see him speak. He's a motivational speaker now.
Yeah.
But really, like, I didn't know the full breadth of the story until we got into these interviews. We interviewed over 50 people for the film. Nowhere near that many people are involved, like actually in the cut of the film. But even the people that didn't make it into the film, like their information was like invaluable. Their perspectives on Ben and what kind of person he was, what he went through. There was no better way to find out about it. So really the writing process and the editing process for a doc, I think, kind of is one big matzo ball that just kind of, comes together and it isn't super delineated. So anyway, when we spent 2 years in post on this, I mean, really, and filming interviews and everything throughout the whole thing, and I mean, learned a lot along the way, and we're really proud of the story we were able to pull off.
Yeah, you betcha. Now, does this give you the acting bug? Now that you got the one and done, you're like, am I really going to do this again?
No, oh man, the acting bug. No, I mean, there's a reason I'm behind the camera. This face does not. This is the most in front of a camera I'm gonna ever be. But I am excited to see what's next. What's the next project that we can do and the next story to tell. I love stories. I love. And I think the most important part of the filmmaking process is picking the right story, it's also the hardest part of it. I think it's really hard to pick a really good story because if it wasn't hard, everybody would do it, and every film would be just amazing. It's not. It's hard.
Oh yeah.
So we're working through that and taking our time trying to figure out what's the next thing, but we feel like we absolutely crushed it, hit it out of the park, picking this story about Ben Keir.
Yes. Before we start talking about Ben's story, I want to ask, because you've edited over 30 projects, so please tell me the one that was most difficult to do and the one that you loved the very most.
Well, my dad, T.C. Christensen, always says, I mean, so he's a filmmaker. He's, literally done hundreds of, he's a DP member of the ASC, has been in the industry for just, as long as, I've known, ever since I was born, he's been doing this, and he's always said your latest project that you did better be your favorite, or else what have you been, you don't want to be like, my favorite was the one I did in the 70s, and I haven't really done anything good since, it's like you always want to be pushing that latest one. And so, really, this standout film is easily the favorite. Like, it's been just an absolute dream process going through this. The filmmaking side, the relationship side, getting to know Ben and his wife and his family, and it couldn't have asked for better partners, better people to do a story about. And certainly this was challenging. I mean, for a little bit of more interesting take though, like the most challenging project was probably just before. I mean, there's every project has its own challenge, but just before we started Standout, I finished working on a 5-part doc series for Netflix about the American Gladiators TV show. It's called Muscles and Mayhem.
Ah.
It was easily the biggest project just in scope that I had ever worked on. There was 2 other editors with me, but it just ended up like it was an enormous amount of work to somehow whittle down, these. I don't even remember how many interviews, dozens of interviews into 5 1-hour episodes. I'd never done that large of a project before, and it was incredibly challenging, but it gave me the confidence that, you know what, I think I could do a project, like after going through that, I could do a project of my own now, I think, it really kind of gave me the push I felt like I needed to feel like I've done enough, I've got enough experience, it's time to see if I've been a good student about it.
And it sounds like Dad pushes you, so of course I can't be remiss in asking the obvious. Tell me the one trick or tool or something that he's passed on to you that you subscribe to using for every project you've done.
Well, I'm gonna brag about 2 people in this answer actually.
Okay.
So I have been super lucky that my 2 biggest film influences in my life are producers on this project, on Standout.
Really?
One, of course, being my dad. He's an amazing storyteller. He has done, at this point, like 8 features of his own that are, just independent films based really for a Utah market, which is a small market, and it's hard to do that and make them profitable at all. And he has not only been able to pick good projects, make good films, he's an amazing businessman with it too. He's been profitable on every single one,
okay,
which is kind of, I think, unprecedented for a lot of Utah filmmakers. He's just been very good at picking the right projects, and I could go on and on. I've learned so much from him. The other producer on our film is Jared Hess, who many people know from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
His very first film, or first short film, Palooka, that led to Napoleon Dynamite, premiered at Slamdance, so he's a Slamdance alum.
Nice.
But he's come on as a producer. I have learned so much from him about like having an authentic voice, being able to tell a story in a way that's like true to yourself, and it shows your own uniqueness in the film. He is incredible at doing that. And anyway, I just feel so lucky to have both of those guys in my corner on this film. It's been unbelievable.
Nice. And here we are at Slamdance. We're having a world premiere on the 23rd. I heard that we have 1 nomination for the film so far.
I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, man, we are here, and I hope this is the first of many awards for the film and film festivals and all that. So, I mean, it's a story that deserves accolades, not because of anything I've done, but because of the good people involved, the good people this is about. Like, it is a message that I think can change the world, and is a message that the world needs right now.
Absolutely, 100%.